Once again, it's time for the Blues Harp Biker. All right, everybody. Hey, welcome back. I'm working on the Triumph here. Thought I'd give you guys a little Triumph update. I've got it all apart. Pulled the carburetors off to have them rebuilt. I couldn't find anything about rebuilding the carburetors that were on here on YouTube, or could I find any parts, so I had somebody do it for me. A friend of mine that works on Triumphs, knows all about them, and so he's in the process of rebuilding them for me. I took it apart. I took all the fuel tank off of it, and I cleaned all this up, the frame, cleaned up all the chrome, and as you can see, it's just beautiful. So we are working on that, and hopefully we will have some carburetors soon. But before that, I've decided to clean out the gas tank, and what I'm going to do with that, so I'm going to fill it up to the brim with vinegar, and then I'm going to clean it out with some baking soda and some water. This sure is a nice looking tank. Look at that. Ooh, nice. So I got my vinegar here, and you're supposed to fill it all the way to the brim with vinegar. And I'd like to give a shout out to my friend Danny O'Neill from the old days. He's my brother's best friend in high school, and we've known him for, I don't want to say how long, but he happened to have, he's staying at my brother's place next door in his motorhome with his wife, and they had a bunch of vinegar, and he said, well, don't go to the store, I'll give you 3.5 gallons of vinegar. So there we go. It's always nice to have friends when you need vinegar, right? Okay, so shout out to Dan O'Neill and Linda O'Neill for hooking me up with this vinegar so I didn't have to run down to the store. And so here we go. Let's fill it up and see what happens. Very carefully, we've got to use the funnel to pour this in, because we do not want to spill any of this on the paint. It's not going to be as bad as like mercuric acid or acetone or something, but it can still eat the paint up because it's pretty acidy. This fuel gizmo, fuel filler, fuel cap back on. Figure out how to do that. There we go. And we're going to want to close it. Move it around, give it a little bit of that. Sure we didn't get any vinegar on this thing. Now we're going to let this sit a while. Probably say you should let it sit for a couple of days, so probably what we're going to end up doing. The next thing I got to do is get some baking soda and some water. Put some baking soda and some water in there and swish it around so it neutralizes the acid that I've just put into the tank. That way it doesn't completely rust the tank, and you know that acid it'll cause the tank to rust. because it's going to be bare. And then after that, I want to put a little solution of some Marvel Mystery Oil in there and mix it around with some gas so that it kind of gives it a little coating before I put the gas on. And by that time, I should have some carburetors. So hopefully we'll have carburetors for this thing. So we'll be back.
Day 2.
All right, here we are back again. I've been letting this vinegar soak in the fuel tank of the Triumph for a couple of days now. So today I'm going to drain it out, and I'm also going to wash the inside of the tank out with a little solution of water and baking soda. And what that does is that'll neutralize the acid from the vinegar and keep it from eating into the metal. Then I'm going to take it down to the car wash with the pressure sprayer, and I'm going to pressure spray the inside of it out real good, as well as I can with some hot water, and see if I can get the rest of the stuff out of it and get it clean on the inside. All we got to do is get the carburetors then, and we'll be ready to fire this thing up. But let's take a look at what comes out of this thing, you know, see how dirty that vinegar is. Okay, so I got my handy siphon pump here. I wish I could get something thicker down in there, but unfortunately I can't get anything bigger down far enough in here to get all of this out. So I'm going to have to hope that washing it out, we can get enough of any large sediment out of there. But this is the only thing I could get to the bottom of the tank. I was going to use just a regular hose. Let's see here. Come on, there we go. All right, here we are. So I'm gonna save all of this. They say you can reuse it, so hopefully I won't have to. Actually, I'm probably just gonna dump it, because you can dump it. It's from what I understand, you know, vinegar eats up all the nasty stuff, and I do see some nasty stuff in there. It looks like it's not as clear as it was when I put it in there. So we got 3.5 gallons of this to get out, and let's see what happens.
Later.
Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to dump a little bit of baking soda into this funnel here. I don't want it to glob up, so I'm just going to pour it in like this. And then I'm going to put some water. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and lightly put some water in this thing so we don't clump up the baking soda. Put a little bit more baking soda in there. And I think that'll probably do it. Okay, so let's swish her around a little bit. Yeah, this thing was a mess. All right, well, now that we've done that, I'm going to run over to the car wash and try to pressure spray it out and see if we can get all the dirty stuff out of it and put some hot water through it, spray it out good, and then hopefully let it dry, get it dried out. I'll maybe run some air through it with my shop vac to help evaporate the water that's in there. And then hopefully by the time I get the carburetors back, this thing will be dried up and ready to go again. It's all you can do, right? A little bit of vinegar, a little bit of baking soda. Now we're gonna spray it out with some good hot water at the car wash. I might even go over it with some soap on the outside, make it look nice. So anyways, all right, well here we are. I'm gonna go ahead and put some hot water through this thing. I might run over the outside of it with some soap. I don't want to put any soap on the inside of it. For some reason, I just don't feel like I want to do that. So, let's get to work, shall we? Sometimes these things put out a little bit of soap right at the beginning or right at the end. You don't want to get the soap on the inside of it. Well, now it's time to take this thing back and run some air through it, try to get it dry on the inside. Then I'm gonna get some gas and some Marvel mystery oil, put that on the inside of it and slosh it around real good, and that should coat it and keep it from rusting. And then I'll be ready for some carburetors. How about that? So let's move on to the next phase in this adventure, huh? How about that? All right, here we go.
Eventually.
Well, we had a little technical mishap with the camera while I was washing the inside of the tank out with the Marvel mystery oil and the gasoline. So I didn't get that on film, but I will explain what I did. I put some gas in it, about a gallon's worth of gas, and some of this Marvel mystery oil. Now, if you don't know what Marvel mystery oil is, don't feel alone, because nobody really does. It's a mystery. Okay. So, but anyways, this stuff is really good stuff. You can put it in your oil, it'll clean your oil up, or you can put it in your fuel and it'll kind of go through your fuel system and clean it up, and you can use it for lubricants, for cutting oil, for just about anything, and it's great stuff. Marvel mystery oil. And the purpose for that was to kind of give a little coating around the tank, since I pretty much acided everything that kind of sealed the steel on the inside of the tank off with that vinegar. I wanted to put a little coating around it before I put gas on it. That was a few days ago, and as you can see, I'm still waiting for the carburetors, but they should be done anytime. The guy called me and said the parts were back ordered for it, and he was going to try to see about getting some aftermarket parts, and it was really dirty. The carburetors needed to be cleaned out. He was soaking them in Kim dip. So that's where we stand with the Triumph. The Triumph is not running yet, but I have faith that soon it will be. So I hope that was informative for you, how to get the nasty varnish and rust out of your tank. As we'll show you, the tank's pretty clean. We'll take a look at it. Okay, so that I don't do something stupid and drop the tank, I went ahead and put it on the bike, set it on the bike to where it'll be safe. Man, it looks good, doesn't it? But we'll take a look at it, and you can see. You can't see in there, but it does look pretty good. Looks like we got it cleaned out. Got it cleaned out real nice. There's no crud on it. So it smells like gas now and not varnish. All right, this thing looks good. Hopefully soon it'll be running, because I want to get this thing on the road and get it traveling. See how it runs and how it rides. So I'm going to take this tank back off now. I'm going to wrap it up in some cloth so that it doesn't get scratched. And let's put that orange one on here just for kicks, see what it looks like. Oh yeah, that looks pretty sweet too. That's going to have to be a possibility, I think. Looks pretty nice. But you know, it's too bad it's dented. The old 60s vibe. Well, okay. Well, that's it. We're going to wrap it up now. Hope that was informative. The fuel tank cleaning. If you got varnish and rust in your fuel tank, give that a try. Definitely clean my tank out really good. Also, if you get a chance, hit that subscribe. Also, give me that thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up there. It'll let me know that you like what I'm doing. Hit the bell. That'll notify you whenever I put something new up. And also comment. I'd like to hear your comments as often as you can. You know, let me know what you think and how you feel. There again, thank you very much. Follow me on Instagram too at the Blues Harp Biker. That's all for today. Take it easy. Be good to each other. Be safe, and have a good time always. Thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. And the Triumph will be running soon. See you later, guys.